Hi, second grade. Welcome to ELA. This video will include reading, writing, and phonics. So first, if you haven't read already, please go on RazKids and read the same book that you read on Tuesday. The same one. Do not take the quiz though. That will be for tomorrow. Then get out a piece of lined paper or a notebook and a pencil. You're going to write a reading response. So you will be using comprehension skills to write about what you read. So before you start writing, you need to figure out if the book that you read is fiction or nonfiction. So if it's fiction, that means it's made up and it's not true. So it could have some characters like unicorn or mermaid, but it also could have like normal people. I noticed last time when we did a reading response that some people got confused when their story was realistic fiction. Remember, realistic fiction means it could happen in real life. This is totally something could happen with real people, but it is a made-up story. So that still would be fiction. If it's nonfiction, the book is telling about real things, people, animals, events, and places. Nonfiction books are teaching us facts, teaching us information about things. The author's purpose for a nonfiction book is to inform, to teach us. So go back to your Raz book and figure out, is this book fiction or nonfiction? If your book is fiction, you're going to tell the sequence of events of your story. So remember, when we sequence events, when we're sequencing, we're putting things in order in which they happened. So we use transition words to help us between events, to say the order. So in this example, they use first, then, in the end. We also hear first, next, last, or in the beginning, the middle, the end. Any of those transition words helps us to say the order in which events happened in the story. So I have how you could write it on your paper. Make sure that at the top you include the title so we know what you wrote about. Include transition words. You can use these or you can use one of the other ones I've said or another that you know of. And then write full complete sentences. So at least 3 full complete sentences. If you need to add another one for one of the events to give more detail, that's fine. But you're talking about the main 3 things that happened in the book. The main thing that happened in the beginning, in the middle, and in the end. This is if you read a fiction book. Now, if you read a non-fiction book on RazKids, you're going to be thinking about the main idea and details. So my question is, what is the main idea? And what are 3 supporting details? Remember that the main idea is what the text, what the book is mostly about. So that's like if we have a stool, that's like the top part of the stool. And the details are specific things that support the main idea. Just like the legs of a stool support that stool, they help it stand up. Our details give us more information about the main idea. So if you read nonfiction, you can write full sentences if you'd like and put it in like a paragraph, or you can make a graphic organizer like this to write your main idea, and then coming off of that, your 3 details. So remember, your details give more information about the main idea. After you write, check your writing to see if you wrote any words that have the long I sound, that use any of these spellings that we've been learning about. If you have any words that have those spellings in it, circle them. And last, after you've reread what you wrote and you look for those long I words, draw a picture to go with what you wrote about. So draw it about the story if it was fiction, or draw a picture maybe of what the main idea is if you read a nonfiction. Draw, add color, and then turn in a picture of this on Seesaw. If you have time before the end of this ELA chunk of our day before lunch, please go on Lexia. If you have any questions about your reading response, what you're supposed to write or what you're supposed to do, ask in a reading group or go to office hours and ask at the end of the day. Thank you, second grade.